So, and other people don't want that. So you lose your chances of actually being successful of closing a sale that way. So I recommend that. And also, if you are, let's say for example, trying to pull out information for folks out there, don't ever forget to have a link to the website, a direct link to the product, or else you won't get the sale. And I overemphasize the linking to the right product. And here's a tip that actually exists with banner ads. Has anybody ever actually advertised on like a media website with a banner ad or anything like that? Oh, has anybody ever clicked on a banner ad before? Hopefully not for teeth whitening or anything like that. I'm kind of going back to my Albuquerque Public News Journal days. But it actually applies to social media too. Whenever you are trying to alleviate the chances of an advertisement, but this actually helps for ROI. So let's say, for example, you have a banner ad or you have a tweet that's out there, and you're saying, for example, flowers. I used to work with a lot of flower shops, and they would be trying to attract those for the obituaries page, or for their obituaries orders. Wouldn't it make sense if rather than going to, I'm just going to use a generic URL, stealaviddeal.com, wouldn't it make sense if people are looking for sympathy flowers, if your message is about sympathy flowers, wouldn't it make sense to going to stealaviddeal.com/sympathy? Always start linking to those subpages. Always start linking to that exact story. Start linking directly to that product. That way, the people can find the product right away. We're a type of economy. We're like that as individual people. We complain if just wireless goes down on the Southwest Airlines flight. We have to have things right away. So remember that. Remember your customer. Your customer probably wants to find things right away. They're probably going to want to find something right away on your tweet. So don't forget, whenever you're doing your short URL, remember to point in the right direction. Make sense? Any questions? Cool. Another thing that I actually recommend too, get a program called Dropbox. GetDropbox.com is a great program to use, especially if you have flyers you need to shoot out and you don't have a website. It's still okay because there's a public link on there where you can just upload a website, upload a press release, upload an image, and so you have an instantaneous URL you can share for everybody. So for example, at the Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce, I don't have access to their web server quite yet, but I am damn sure I'm going to get that press release and also the signature campaign out. So because that I do that, I just uploaded it to Dropbox and boom, I was able to get the link right away. That's a really free tool. Also for images too, like you can always use, do we still use PhotoBucket nowadays? No, I'm not quite sure, but use PhotoBucket. Flickr is a great one. If you're just trying to post pictures and things like that, just make sure that you use like the short URLs. So, number 5, organize. What's the number one thing that people have never been on Twitter or Facebook or any of the social media sites? What's the number one thing that they complain about? I don't have time to do it. It's too much. I actually heard a client say, it's just, pardon my French, it's just effing annoying. That's what I heard. But I always like to use examples. It's just like a binder in school. You have your first class of the day in one subset. You have another one in another folder. You have different types of filtering tools. Organize, organize, organize if you're a sales professional, because what's the most valuable thing that a salesperson has? Time. Exactly. So use those programs that actually have organizing features and just take the time to organize the followers that you have. If you're new to Twitter, perfect opportunity to advertise or to organize. It goes back to my advertising days. So I'm saying advertising. If you're not a follower, that's okay. Just pick and choose. Take 30 minutes out, pick and choose those followers that you know are key. Use lists if you can on Twitter, because those are fantastic. You don't always have to follow the person with a list. So some of the new businesses that are just getting on Twitter, I don't follow them right away unless I want to message them or I want to respond to them. They're probably going to add you back because of the fact they're like, oh, hey, someone's actually interested in my business. That's really cool. So go ahead, grab a seat, guys. So yeah, use lists if you can. Use TweetDeck is great. SeamSync is great. What are some of the other email? I'm sorry? Hootsuite. Hootsuite's great. What are some of the other ones that you folks are using? TweetDeck. Yeah. That's desktop and laptop right there. If you've got a, moving out of the camera. Wonderful Android. or a HTC Hero, or even just a phone that is a smartphone, definitely get a program or an app that will help you organize and stay organized too, because you'll be able to watch what people are doing. I always recommend actually having your mobile device, but rather than actually taking the time, because it's really easy to do, you just get sidetracked and you're like, oh, that's really funny because Charlie Papp said something stupid, or oh my God, the iPad's coming out. Where's the Maxi Wings? You know, whatever. It's really easy to get distracted. So that's why your mobile device is good for just asking those questions that help bring down those barriers. Oh, or saying things that just help bring down those barriers, like, oh my God, I just saw the funniest thing, or hey, I saw the naked guy that's on the public access channel on Central. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I know that guy. And then you can ask him for the sale later if you want to.
I missed that.
Right?
The attorney in the town across the street.
Yeah, the attorney. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
What? What had happened was, and I was at work, and I was actually, I kid you not, I was looking for the next business that's a prospective business for the chamber. I'm typing, and I had TweetDeck on my desk, and all of a sudden I look, and I'm like, oh my God! There's a guy in the office house on Gold in a towel out of the shower. And this is like 7 o'clock at night. I'm going, I'm just going to try to pretend I'm